Team Fortress 2. It's a game that in this current day and age is seen as nothing but a relic, whose fans are holding on for dear life. But to me, it's so much more, my friends. It's the game that molded me into the man I am today. That's right, we're taking a trip down memory lane today. We're going to talk about my personal history of this game that just refuses to die, and why it means so much to me. Let's cast ourselves back to the late 2000s and early 2010s, when I was a mere lad with unrestricted internet access. And what does a young boy do with that kind of power? Like any other child, I watched violent, gory videos. And one really caught my eye amongst all the rest. An insane man shooting rockets, talking to heads, and just acting totally unhinged. Yes. Meet the Soldier. My first ever introduction to Team Fortress 2. I watched the shorts, begged my family to let me install it on the family computer, and was met with a resounding no. Yep. For some reason, my family did not want me playing a game where I'd be blowing people into a fine red mist, no matter how cartoony it looked. So, I continued to rewatch the Meet the Team shorts until I came across something different, something new. This was a whole new world of enjoyment for young me. Before, after, and even during school, if I could, I'd be watching these. There are so many that I have fond memories of. I was obsessed with TF2 freaks like Penis Cupcake, Vagineer, or Christian Brutal Sniper, or the amazing Till Death Do Us Part SFM animations by Lawrence Rippingale. There were hours and hours of videos to watch, each one so unique and enjoyable, and it fueled my obsession with Team Fortress 2 even more. Crazy Halo, Dunkel, Crocodile, Winglet, just a few of the amazing creators who pushed my love for the game even further. But after so long, after so much obsessing, I finally got it. My first laptop. And with that laptop, and while most kids were playing Minecraft, I finally took my chance to install TF2. I created my Steam account, downloaded the game, and I was in love. Nothing else had ever felt so fun, and I was bad at it. Oh lord, was I bad. But I still had fun. From casual servers to friendly servers in Trade Minecraft, the world was my oyster. And that world was Team Fortress. I found what classes and playstyles suited me best. The engineer and heavy classes are what eventually stuck with me. They made me feel like I was helpful to the team, like a backbone that people could work around. Back then, I was what players would call a squeaker. I'd get on the mic with my prepubescent voice, begging enemies for my life, getting upset when I died. We all know them. And despite the bullying from older players, I still logged in every day after school, and my hours increased until suddenly I had over 1,000 hours logged in the game. And this was a point of pride for me. I felt like I'd accomplished something by gaining so many hours playing this game that I love. Through Love and War, Scream Fortress, End of the Line, Invasion, Tough Break, and Meet Your Match, I played non-stop. However, something was on the horizon that would pull me away from the game I loved. Something that would spark war within the TF2 community.
Overwatch.
Overwatch was like TF2 in many ways, but faster paced, more adrenaline with a focus on small, coordinated teams rather than the larger, chaotic battles of Team Fortress 2. With even more classes to play than TF2, I was pulled in. and I joined Overwatch during its first Winter Wonderland update. For a while, I barely played TF2. Even when Jungle Inferno released, I was mostly playing Overwatch. Up until the announcement of Overwatch 2. Suddenly, Overwatch stopped getting meaningful updates. The game felt stagnant. Overly competitive and fun was an afterthought as the community dove headfirst into the competitive-oriented landscape. I started wanting something more casual. And that's when I remembered. That game that had captivated me for so many years. I came back. Only to find the game I once loved was different. Where once the game was lively and filled with players, the game had been struck with what a time to get back into TF2, huh? When the game was arguably at an all-time low. But despite that, I somehow would have rather played a bot-infested TF2 than go back to Overwatch. This era of TF2 was defined by community togetherness. Furries, racists, homosexuals, and homosexual furry racists all came together to fight for the game they love. After silence from Valve for so long, the community managed to get some sort of response too. We kept playing, kept fighting, and eventually, salvation came.
Monsieur, does this mean Team Fortress is back?
No!
Oh man, this update, it was something to experience. It really was. 14 new maps, and versus Saxon Hell, which was a classic TF2 fan mode. It was made official. It opened the floodgates for a whole new world of TF2 content created by the community and for the community. And the year kept rolling with the Halloween update, introducing a zombie infection game mode 2, which I absolutely loved. I was hooked on the game once again. And it was certainly helped by the fact I'd begun making my own TF2 videos that were getting, well, sort of popular. Specifically, a little video I made that ended up spreading across the community.
So we're fine, as long as nobody watches any more Skibidi Toilet. Question? What's your question, soldier? I watch Skibidi Toilet.
With even a few SFM animations being made of it. After obsessing over those old SFM animations, videos of me messing around doing impressions of the TF2 classes were being turned into the very sorts of videos I'd have watched as a kid.
I'm a better class than you, soldier. I'm better for the team than you, soldier.
It was in a way like my childhood dream of becoming a voice actor had sort of come true.
I am Hale.
Now we come to the modern day. I still play TF2 frequently, with over 2,600 hours, and if I'm honest, still not that much better of a player than when I was 10. But I still play, I still love the game, and I still make those ridiculous TikTok videos. It's the one game that I can never stop playing. No matter what happens with this game, it will always be a part of me. And it will always define me.